This week we're starting a new series focused on the planning aspects outside of your portfolio. We're going to call it Blind Spots. It goes without saying that our industry, managing money for a living, focuses so much on the day-to-day returns and the investments within your portfolio, where we see big hiccups in clients' lives that could potentially change the outcomes that they want to see are life events that actually occur outside the portfolio. So today we're going to focus on 6 core pieces to your financial life that if you focus on these are the things that you can potentially control a little bit more than what the stock market's doing and are just important for every person to have in place. So our friends over at Asset Map, a technology vendor that we use, created this wonderful exercise called financial fire drills. It's something that we utilize with a kind of basic planning with a lot of different clients, but it really resonates with people in all sorts of different phases of their life. So what I wanted to do, you're going to see an attachment for this, we call it the 6 L's or financial fire drills, to this video. Feel free to download it, use it as needed, call us if you want to go through it with us. All right, so number 1 is liquidity needs. So this is, people call it a rainy day fund, a cash reserve, but really what's important is, do you have sufficient access to capital, money that's in the bank and readily available if a life event occurs and you need access to cash? Typically speaking, we say 3 to 6 months of living expenses as a baseline is really important to have on hand. But that can actually change depending upon, if you're a business owner, if it's a 2-spouse income household or versus 1. So there are some nuances to that, but number 1 is liquidity needs. And it's really important to first build a nice cash reserve. So the second L where we'd be looking at is something called long-term disability. Now, a lot of people purchase this through their employer, or if they're self-employed, maybe they purchase a long-term care or long-term disability policy on the private market. But really what we're doing here is understanding that your future ability to earn money is potentially the biggest asset that you have. Having that in place is pretty key, knowing that if you have another 20 to 30 years to work, you're protecting that ability to bring home money. The third L is focused around loss of life. So think life insurance. This is something that probably everybody's heard about. This is a loaded topic, so it should be something that every single one of us in our plans is discussing with our clients, so talk to your advisor about this. But the ability to either replace income or pay off debt or potentially even protect, again, kind of like long-term disability, if you're the breadwinner and you pass away, the ability to replace your future income as well. One last key thing to think about with life insurance, there's a lot of different kinds of life insurance. It's a loaded topic again, so being sure that the correct one is in place is absolutely critical to your long-term financial plan. The fourth L, number 4 that we're talking about here today, is long-term care. Now this is something that everybody's been talking about recently due to the long-term care tax that's coming at us here at the beginning of 2022. But this is something, typically it's more of a talking point when folks are in their 50s and 60s. It's been pulled forward a bit due to this long-term care tax. Now there's a lot of different ways to buy long-term care. Really what you're doing here is you're protecting the estate in the event that there is a disability occurrence later in life. So protecting your money for your heirs or just your ability to age with dignity. So understanding that is critical as well. So the 5th L is longevity. This is the one that we talk to folks about all the time. This is really where life in transition, moving into retirement, the question of, do we have enough to fund our long-term spending goals and not run out? So this is the loaded topic that typically kicks off a lot of people that actually come see us. This is one that, it's really like, can I retire? That's the big question out there. So this is one, it's a moving target, but it's really important to stay on this and understanding, how much not only do you need to fund your retirement, but how then do you create a paycheck in retirement. Number 6 is focused around legal liability and legacy. So this is where we make sure that everyone has a will, especially when they're younger in life. Maybe you need a trust depending upon the type of estate and complexity of estate that you have. And what type of legacy do you want to leave? What do you want to potentially leave to your kids and grandkids, to a college, to a church? What do you want to leave behind in this world? That is something that we have a lot of conversations, deep conversations. It tends to be around this specific topic. That's the 6 L's. It's the fun exercise. I call it fun. It's the fun exercise that we go through with clients, really in every stage of life. If you haven't done this yet, feel free to talk to your advisor here at 10 Capital to run through it. It's a fun kind of baseline exercise. Yeah, hope you found value with this, and we'll talk to you next week.